Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So, as we can see on the 4-hour chart, we see XRP popping up a little bit again. We'll see if we can, pass through that, 29-cent mark and hopefully go, right up to 31 cents. Time will tell. Again, I usually just watch the volume and the candles. Sometimes they will actually occur before the price moves, so that can be a quick little indicator for anybody that's doing some quick trading. For full transparency, I only trade a very, very small bag. Honestly, I just dollar cost average, one day at a time, or every couple weeks. But all right, I have some interesting information for you guys today. So I want to kick things off right here. This picture's not loading, but it's not important. Anyways, XRP boy just showing, I believe it's a picture from the slide of this interledger, again, a payment protocol inspired by IP. And just to go through a few bullet points here, I know we've gone over ILP a lot in interledger protocol, but I wanted to go through a few things again. So ledgers track accounts and balances, sender, the ledgers in between, and the recipient. And as we can see, the current model today for all payment networks, it's centralized. It has to go through one intermediary, and it doesn't connect to the people on the outside unless they go through the central authority. Right here, a distributed ledger model is what we'd be moving to in terms of payment networks, correct? So not only connecting people, but actually connecting the actual payment networks as well. And XRP, obviously we know, is that bridge currency. So imagine with logistics today, as I've covered yesterday, XRP is kind of the shipping container between payment networks. All right. So again, we have ACH, we have mobile money networks, we have card payment networks, but then blockchain is actually truly connected to all of these networks. All right, so we have various ledgers in each payment network. And interestingly enough, with ILP, we can connect these. So ILP, Interledger Protocol, is the protocol to essentially, connect value, connect payment networks, connect ledgers, anything. So it's so versatile, and it's very, very interesting. So again, Interledger Protocol is a suite of protocols from transferring digital assets between accounts on different ledgers. Super cool. And again, multi-hop payments, that keyword. And what I wanted to go over is really quick underneath here, JC Collins. So the original NSA paper from the 90s on digital ledgers referred to them as new banks. If digital ledgers are new banks, then Interledger Protocol would be a sort of World Bank decentralized framework which facilitates the transfer of all value between all assets and asset classes. Interoperability. Just wanted to share that. Thought that was really interesting. And then going hand in hand with Interledger, we got Evan Schwartz, again, the co-inventor of ILP, or Interledger at least. And basically just talking about, building APIs to connect, and people can build different test nets and nodes and send payments to and from XRP and Ethereum. So right here, simple APIs for sending and receiving payments and instructions for connecting your node to the testnet. So just wanted to, share, thought that was worth mentioning. Another thing, Matt Hamilton, just talking about the formal definition of a cryptocurrency. Which part do you disagree with? Someone just saying that XRP is not a cryptocurrency, and I believe it's a cryptocurrency, but with utilization and utility, which makes it a digital asset. In my eyes, that is much more superior when it's actually going to be used on a higher level than just a mere cryptocurrency of speculative value. So right here, for the purpose of this paper, we created the following definition of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a system that meets all of the following 6 conditions. So it has to meet all of these. 1. The system does not require a central authority. Distributed achieve consensus on its state. The system keeps an overview of cryptocurrency units and their ownership, like a ledger. The system defines whether new cryptocurrency units can be created. If new cryptocurrency units can be created, the system defines the circumstances of their origin and how to determine the ownership of these new units. And again, remember, all XRP that's ever been created is created now. Not necessarily all in circulation, but there cannot be any more minted. So again, a finite amount. 4. Ownership of cryptocurrency units can be proved exclusively cryptographically. 5. The system allows transactions to be performed in which ownership of the cryptographic units is changed. A transaction statement can only be issued by an entity proving the current ownership of these units. And 6. If 2 different instructions for changing the ownership of the same cryptographic units are simultaneously entered, the system performs at most one of them. All right. Next, Stuart XRP. A lot of you were asking on, this most recent video shared by David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, talking about this new XRP Ledger stablecoin. And, again, this is right now just in the works. And basically right here, I announced my design for XRP collateralized stablecoins on the XRP Ledger. And this video went, it's very high level, high talk, but a few bullet points. I'll try to compile some more, honestly. And again, everyone's kind of giving their 2 cents for this and why it's valuable. But basically, Stuart XRP shares something that I thought was valuable too. So essentially, and people are like, oh, is this good, bad? Well, obviously, anything built on the XRP Ledger is good for XRP. Just understand that it increases demand. That's a good thing, period. But right here, XRP Ledger stablecoin proposal. It drives Ledger liquidity. These stablecoins are liquid to XRP. People who hold these will be making payments as if they had XRP, so more demand for liquidity from XRP into other assets. Provides derivatives with exposure to anything, stocks, metals, etc. Now, what's interesting is remember that David Schwartz was also talking about having some of those full-time engineers from DeFi that are working on all the decentralized financial products and the acquisition from Algrim in Iceland. I think it's interesting because potentially this could be one of the new products and trade finance products that they're referring to building, and I think it might be, or at least some way related. So good to see that. And guys, you're invested in XRP. This ecosystem is so early. It's being built upon. A lot of you are expecting, $1,000 overnight. I can't tell you what's possible and isn't because this space is just so unpredictable. But I'm saying that there's tremendous upside. As an investor, I'm seeing day in and day out what I need to see for the fundamentals. I know price maybe, for anybody that sees it at 30 cents. Again, even Tiffany Hayden, one of the original top OGs in the space in terms of the XRP community, she was saying that she watched XRP at 0.006 of a penny literally for 3 years. And now we have better news than ever. She's not worried. I'm not worried. You just have to really do your own research. Don't just rely on me. Don't just rely on some YouTubers. Don't just rely on Twitter. Don't rely on some internet articles. Do your own research and look everywhere and come to your own conclusion. All right, and then lastly, this is just some speculation. So Stephen Diop, November 20th is Revolution Day in Mexico. People will go travel, celebrate, and spend money. Relatives in overseas might send more money home. With this fact, we can expect on-demand liquidity, ODL transaction volume to peak in November of 2019. And again, the reason he's saying this is because the 2 corridors that XRP is primarily live in and running through, the Philippine peso and the Mexican peso. So we know we know CoinsPH, we know Bitso, we know the exchange partners as well for liquidity. So I'm curious. I guess we can kind of follow the trends and economic behaviors and see if we can see a spike in November. Hopefully goes hand in hand with swell as well. And let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you think that we're going to be trailing around under 30 cents, go back down? I want to hear what you guys think. I'm expecting a move by end of year. I know a lot of people say that as always, but the longer we're doing this, we are literally coiling up. If you go to the daily, you can, I don't need to show you, but you understand the coil. The spring is tightening and tightening. Probabilistically speaking, it's getting more likely for a breakout more than ever. So guys, with that, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next video.